Hi there, Ken Larsen from Smart House Electric. This video is about if you have a one of these Tmax timers here, or it can also be a what's called an ELO5 timer. If you have a Sundash 332 32 Pro or a Soltron Seashell, which have the same kind of like protruding rubber buttons here, the three of them there, and if they stop responding, if you have one that's like the start button starts to be very tough to get to respond, and you're pressing harder and harder, which you don't want to do, particularly on these 3WG2 timers here, because the posts that the screws are sitting on in the plastic are really weak. So it's very general that that these buttons gets pushed so hard that the board behind here that actually holds the buttons break off, and the electronic board falls into your enclosure or um, your two-gang box that you have on the wall. So what do you do about it? So it can be that it's something electronically that is not responding correctly anymore, but most likely what you're dealing with is dirt between the buttons here and the circuit board. So what you do is that you disconnect the power, and then you grab a small Phillips tip screwdriver. There's 3 screws on this circuit board here. Alright. And so now you have the circuit board out. Then now you can take these rubber buttons off. And so 2 things that can be wrong here. And the most likely cause is that our copper surfaces here for the buttons have oxidized or have dirt on them. So clean them with alcohol, with a little alcohol wipe. And if it's an old timer, or actually I have a couple of these coming out, and as brand new as 3WG2, and there would be like a small film on here so the buttons won't respond. And what I do is I take a small flathead screwdriver and I simply just give it a little scrape here, just kind of renew that surface so that we have fresh copper showing here. So if you clean up these now and you still don't have a good connection with your buttons, it could be your buttons also connecting surface here that is not good anymore. And it's possible to buy a new button. Also, sometimes this part here wears out and it becomes ugly, so you might want to upgrade your look of your wall timer. And that's it's a fairly inexpensive. I would say that these buttons should be somewhere under $10 to replace. And actually, if you're so unlucky that you break the stands here, you don't need to buy a whole new timer either. You can actually buy this wall plate and replace it. You can also buy the older model 3A timer wall plate instead, because it is a little bit stronger. This one here is a little cleaner looking than the 3A, but significantly weaker mechanically. And so now let me just show you how to get it back together. So you want to aim these rubber stands here. You can see the alignment here. You got the up and down button sitting like that. That's going to be your alignment like that, and then start button down here. And also another way, if you don't have new buttons around you could turn on this circuit and then use that flathead screwdriver and make a connecting point across here, because that's essentially what the buttons do. If a piece of metal won't make a connection here, then you know there's something wrong with your circuit board. So back to this, our alignment here, and then we just stick these rubber stands through there, or these little things here, and then you just pull them. Oh, so I'm messing this up. And just pull them through, just like that. There's a little collar down here that's going to hold it into place, and then you line it up so it goes through here like you want it to, and then you take your little screws here, again, make sure you don't have power on the board while doing this, and so you accidentally will create some unwanted connections. Alright, this is it for this video. If you have a non-responding set of buttons here, and thank you for watching.